And as expected, a state-run think tank has highlighted the presence of greater external risk factors to the South Korean economy, notably U.S. trade barriers. Our correspondent Moon Hye-ryeon reports.
A state-run think tank has diagnosed continued downside risks to South Korea's economy for the fourth consecutive month, citing growing uncertainties in global trade. In the April edition of its monthly Economic Trends Report, the Korea Development Institute stated that external conditions are rapidly deteriorating in light of the recent tariff announcement from the United States. And paired with a slowdown in both domestic and global demand, the situation is exacerbating. Last week, Washington announced that it would impose tariffs of 25% on South Korean goods and a separate 25% tariff on global automobiles and auto parts. Automobiles are South Korea's top export to the United States, with nearly half of the country's total auto shipments headed there last year. The KDI noted that if the U.S. continues to escalate its protectionist trade measures, as U.S. President Trump has threatened to do, it could further erode corporate sentiment and hinder investment and export growth. While South Korea's exports rose by more than 3% in March, the think tank warned that this recovery remains fragile, with exports in the first quarter of the year showing a contraction due to a slowdown in the ICT sector. The KDI also pointed to continued sluggish consumer spending as another drag on the economy. While internal consumption of durable goods briefly rebounded thanks to a temporary tax cut on automobiles for the first half of the year, overall retail sales for January and February were down with persistent weakness in sales of semi-durable and non-durable goods. Consumer sentiment in March stayed pessimistic, with the central bank's consumer sentiment index data showing that it has yet to recover to levels seen before the martial law declaration last December. Going forward, the think tank stressed the importance of closely monitoring both global developments and domestic demand to avoid further drag on recovery. Moon Hye-ryeon, 아리랑뉴스.